Good evening, you're watching Estuary News. Coming up, we head to the Grimsby depot of Operation Christmas Child to find out where the boxes are going this year. And we find out what you think about parking outside schools. And we go to Scunthorpe to visit the opening of the refurbished 2021 Arts Centre. And my guest this evening is no stranger to Estuary, it's Emma Lingard, who's here to tell us about an event that sees her pursue her love of Bollywood. Welcome to Estuary News, I'm Hugh Richards. Time now for the news headlines.
Around 1,000 steelworkers and their families from Scunthorpe and other affected steelwork sites gathered in the town for the Save Our Steel campaign march today. This follows Tata Steel's announcement last month of 900 job losses in Scunthorpe. The march started at Church Square, ending at the Civic Centre where a full council meeting took place. Elsewhere, the owner of an historic landmark facing an uncertain future says he needs financial backing if he's to restore it to its former glory. The three-storey Paul Home Tower is the last remaining part of what was a medieval grand manor house dating back to the 14th century. Guardian of the tower, Simon Taylor, tells us how he hopes to develop the building.
It could be a dwelling, it could be accommodation, it could be bed and breakfast, it could be a meeting place. It could be absolutely anything. All options are open. Well, yes, you always need money. If you're looking at this, an ancient monument and it's grade 1 and we need some money spending on it. The thing about the tower though is it's small. It's not a big stately home, so we're not talking of millions. We are talking of a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things it's not a lot of money.
Humberside Police have released CCTV images of a man they would like to speak to following a knife-point robbery in Grimsby. At Betfred on Lord Street, an unknown man entered the bookmakers and threatened a member of the public and staff with a knife before stealing cash. It happened at around 9 p.m. on Sunday. Singing superstar Ella Henderson will take to the stage in her hometown of Grimsby at the Auditorium tonight. The singer from Tetney shot to fame on the X Factor in 2012 and will perform in front of a sell-out crowd this evening. And the owner of a city centre cafe in Hull is encouraging kind-hearted customers to donate hot meals and drinks to homeless people. Customers at the Inspired Cafe on George Street are invited to buy an extra drink or meal, which a homeless person can claim at a later date. About 50 customers have subscribed to the pending Food and Drinks initiative and staff are now distributing vouchers to the needy. Well, that's all from the news. If you do have any stories, you can give us a ring on 01472 315561. Until next time, goodbye.
Every year, Operation Christmas Child sends shoeboxes full of presents to thousands of vulnerable children across the world, with over 21,000 being sent last year from Grimsby alone. With the appeal beginning last week, we sent Dave Nunn to the Grimsby depot to find out if the 21,000 record can be broken this year.
The holiday season is associated with traditions for lots of people, and one tradition many people take part in is making a shoebox for Operation Christmas Child, which officially launched its Grimsby campaign last week.
For everyone that's involved in the shoeboxes, it's an amazing campaign that we reach out to as many children as possible in those places in the world that are very needy, for those children that are very needy.
Last year's appeal saw nearly 21,500 boxes being donated by the public. And this year it's hoped that the public's generosity will stretch further.
Well, last year we gave out 21,458 shoeboxes, which was a phenomenal amount. And that was all due to thank you for the public that helped with that. So this year we're hoping to conquer that or to actually do more. And it really does depend on everybody that can contribute, whether they just come and work for half an hour in the volunteer room or whether they would like to just donate things. Just anything is a wonderful thing to achieve and to be fulfilled in this particular campaign.
Ellie has been making boxes since 2004 and says that seeing the smiles on children's faces when they get the box makes all the effort in packaging and shipping the boxes off worthwhile.
Just thought, what a fabulous thing to be involved with. And I came along with some boxes in the campaign that first year. And since then I've been hooked. It just gets inside you. I love the idea of children getting a box that haven't had anything. And from the very first box I made, I thought it would be so lovely to see a child's face opening them. So over the years I was fortunate enough to go out with Grimsby boxes and give them out, and saw firsthand what a difference it made.
The shoeboxes will still go to their traditional locations of Eastern Europe, but this year there's an added focus on sending boxes to refugees fleeing the conflicts in Syria, either to Europe or humanitarian camps in Lebanon and northern Iraq.
We are trying to actually reach out to northern Iraq, to Serbia and Macedonia this year. This project is all part of helping the refugees because they are in such desperate need that I think just a small shoebox of gifts. Every time I open a shoebox, those that have brought them in, you can see the love that they've actually given in that box, and I think that touches the children's hearts in a small way that will be make a big difference to them.
Still to come tonight, we find out your views on parking outside schools, should parents have designated spaces. We go to Scunthorpe to visit the opening of the refurbished 2021, not 2021, 2021 Arts Centre, and we have all the local latest sports news. This Friday sees Cleethorpes Memorial Hall being transformed into a Bollywood studio. Communities Together are hosting the event, which is to celebrate the Hindu festival of Diwali. The night will be a celebration of music and dancing and food, and joining us to tell us about her involvement is our very own Emma Lingard. Emma.
Hello.
You're dancing.
Do you know, I don't know whether I should have agreed to do this
It'd be absolutely wonderful.
I hope so. I really do hope so, because, you know, when you agree to do something, you think, yeah, it'll be all right. But, you know, it's the rehearsals, it's learning the dances, it's getting in sync with the people you're dancing with. And then you're not even thinking about what you're going to, you know, doing it on the night. But that doesn't bother me in one respect. It's just getting it right on the run.
So are you one of life's natural dancers? Are you an experienced prancer around the dance floor?
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. No, don't get, I love to dance. I love to dance. And when I was younger, yeah, I did the ballet, I did the tap, but I'm not a professional dancer. And it's showing at my age. Well, I'm worn out.
You're a mere youth. How long has it taken you to learn this routine?
We have, by the time it gets to Thursday night, we'll only have had 8 days.
8 days?
8 days to learn a dance to a song which is 5 minutes long, whereas some of the other ladies that are performing on the stage have had 8 weeks.
And you'll be in wonderful costumes and silks and jewels?
Yeah, we'll be in costumes, traditional costumes, tunics and leggings, because we can't dance in saris because they're too restricting, to a song that I am sure every person in the Asian community and lover of Bollywood movies will recognise. So I feel the pressures on us. Well,
we can't show you in costume, I'm afraid, but we've got a little clip of your dress rehearsal last night, so yes. maybe we'll just have a look at that. It looks fantastic.
Thank you.
It looks absolutely wonderful.
I hope so. A lot of hard work and sweat from the three of us to get to that stage.
How did you get involved in this?
Well, about 5 years ago, for one of my big birthdays, I had a Bollywood party because I do love Bollywood movies. And at the time, Raj, who is the choreographer behind this event...
Well, he was here the other week, yeah.
He was. He had advertised in the paper about the event that he'd been doing, and I rang him up hoping that maybe his ladies would come and perform, but I ended up with a group of my friends in our saris actually strutting the stage that night 5 years ago, but we didn't do a dance, we just strutted. This time we've actually gone out and rehearsed this routine.
And is it's a style of dancing. It's the changing light bulb thing.
It is, yeah. There's one that we do flick, flick, screw, screw, flick. You know, and there's all
You're
that.
You're really into it here, aren't you?
Hey, you ought to see me in the office on a lunch break.
I've seen you in the office on a lunch break.
I get to practice.
We're all aware of the talent, Emma.
Oh, you've been too kind.
What else is going on tomorrow night, on Friday night?
Oh, well, it's obviously in aid of charity, Children in Need, but there are other groups performing. There are a variety of singers, a lot of traditional Indian folk dance as well taking place. There's a fashion show which I've been dragged into, but that is open to the audience.
You say you've been dragged into it. It sounds
believe
to me as if you would fight to get into it. There's no way you were going to be left out of this.
Oh no, believe me, I've been dragged into the fashion show. I was protesting strongly last night. But no, it's all in aid of a good cause, organised by communities together, and it should be a fun night of entertainment.
And it's for Children in Need.
It's Children in Need, Cleethorpes Memorial Hall.
Tomorrow night. And just quickly, what is your little ensemble called, your little dance troupe?
Raj's Angels.
You're Raj's Angels, are you?
I hope so, yeah.
We are. Is this going to be something you're going to repeat? I mean, I'm hoping that this is going to be a regular thing, touring.
Well, I think Raj thinks it might be, judging by comments, in rehearsal. I think he thinks that we'll get together and do this round the region.
I'm looking forward to this performance, Emma. Well done for doing that, and thanks for telling us about it. Join me after the break. We find out your views on parking outside schools, should parents have designated spaces, and we go to Scunthorpe to visit the opening of the refurbished 2021 Arts Centre, and we'll bring you all the latest local sports news. Welcome back. You're watching Estuary News. Still to come, we find out your views on parking outside schools, should parents have designated spaces. We go to Scunthorpe to visit the opening of the refurbished 2021 Arts Centre, and we have the latest local sports news. Parents parking outside schools to drop off and collect their children is often the bane of many residents' lives. We took to the streets to find out whether you think the idea of parents having their own designated parking spaces is the way forward.
Yes, because I know at some schools they find it really difficult at picking up time and setting down time outside the schools. Yes, I think it would be a good idea.
Because there's nowhere to park and they clog up the roads, which is a safety hazard.
Yeah, most children should walk to school, or cycle, or be accompanied by the parents walking. Again, not really in the car, unless it's a real necessity.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it should be. Like I said, there's so many cars around the schools as it is, and so many. Obviously, there's houses and that all around, isn't there? So they've got to park their car, but obviously, there's not enough parking spaces around the schools, is there?
Yeah, there should be proper facilities for parking for mums and dads, shouldn't there? Make more sense, wouldn't it?
Well, it wants to be safe, doesn't it, for the children? So that's what I would say anyway.
Yeah, but then at the same time, should be encouraging kids to walk to school if it's suitable, obviously. You can't expect them to walk miles, but if you can walk. If you can't, sure, they should supply some extra places, yeah.
Since July, over £500,000 worth of works have been carried out at Scunthorpe's 2021 Visual Arts Centre. Among the new facilities in the exhibition centre are a shop, a new meeting and event space and a cafe. Our reporter Dan Kemp went to the opening.
A brand new identity for arts and culture in northern Lincolnshire. That's how North Lincolnshire Council's portfolio holder for culture, John Briggs, sees the redevelopment of the central Scunthorpe venue.
When we look back at the people who have actually exhibited here, with Anthony Gormley, for example, and Nick Sharratt, who are tremendous and nationally known artists that have had their works on display here. And to see now that as we take things forward into the future, a new remodelling with a refresh and a new identity is really brilliant.
The majority of the funding for the project has been supplied by Arts Council England. Denise Farmy is from the organisation and says it's about providing more for punters than just art space.
Visiting a gallery is the whole experience. It's important for any member of the public or the audience that comes along to see the work. The work's got to be fantastic. We want to see amazing exhibitions, but we also want people to feel welcome, to feel safe and to be in a very positive environment, and so having a lovely cafe to visit, come along with the family, that's really important for us to know that our audiences are enjoying themselves and feel good. And along with that, we want them to come along and spend a little bit of money getting their lunch here, perhaps buying some Christmas presents here, and that's also important for the gallery to bring in enough resources to keep showing those fantastic shows.
And it's not just about your traditional art forms, but also about interacting. And Councillor Briggs hopes that the new investment will see Scunthorpe play a bigger role in the art community.
I think the most important thing about this is Scunthorpe and North Lincolnshire is really on the arts map, because this is an arts facility. And to think about the culture that we're up in, it's about way of life that we have. And to be honest with you, it's such an exciting day for everybody that I think it's tremendous.
And what do the developments mean to the people that exhibit there?
The classroom space has always been good here, and the gallery shop has always been a lovely place to visit, but I just think the whole thing has just been lifted. It's just been lifted, and the space is so lovely to be in that hopefully it's going to draw more people here.
Joining me now, as usual, for the daily look at the news, Erica Barker. Erica, what have you got?
Hello, yeah, I'm going to start off with a lovely story then. So the Inspired Cafe on George Street in Hull, they're encouraging customers to donate hot meals and drinks to homeless people. So basically when they get served, they'd buy one extra and they are going to be donated to homeless people through a voucher scheme. Mr Edison, who owns the cafe, says about 50 customers have subscribed so far. So I think that's a lovely...
Brilliant idea, yes.
Yeah,
very
that started off
thing.
in Italy, supposedly.
Oh, OK, so maybe it's an idea that can spread to all sorts of other places as well.
Maybe it is.
Hull will be the first.
So the next story then, the Corn Mill Hotel in Hull. So this is just over the flyover on the corner. A lot of vandals have been going in, fires have been started. It's been derelict for quite a while now. A lot of people had their weddings booked there that were cancelled last minute, so there was quite a lot of drama. But anyway, that's going to be turned now into a 29-bed hotel with a restaurant and bar. It has a new owner, so I think that's great news for that space. Massive building, and it has been unoccupied for a while, so I think that's good news for Hull.
OK, and what are they going to do about the vandals? I suppose if there's a new hotel there, they'll have their own security.
Yes.
And they'll have their own protection.
So, yeah, I think because it has been derelict for quite a while, vandals have been able to get access to it in some way, and fires have been started, so safety-wise it's good news as well.
Excellent.
The next one, so with City of Culture coming in 2017, a lot of building works happening in Hull.
So I heard, yes.
And a lot of business owners are saying that this is affecting them, affecting people coming through their doors and spending money.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way. They're saying that the traffic and the building works that are going on with I want to say tractors. Probably not tractors.
Diggers,
that's
big
more of a
plants
film.
anyway.
Yeah.
Wonderful big building machines.
But the big machines are outside their businesses. It's obviously people can still get access, but it's putting people off. And they're saying, hey, it's having an effect. But I suppose it's a catch-22, isn't it?
Well, I guess there's all these people coming in to do the building. There's lots of employment, lots of other people coming into the town to spend their money. And of course, 2017 is going to be a bit of a money spinner, one hopes anyway.
Yeah, it does. I mean, this is the Simples Cafe. This is in Trinity Square. So they are redeveloping Trinity Square where Trinity, where the Trinity Church is. So we'll see what happens there.
OK.
Yeah.
Got time for a few more.
Good news for Hull Truck Theatre. It's won the big White Rose Welcome to Yorkshire Tourism Awards. It's topped it, it's won it. That took place at Leeds last night, so great news for them.
Well, it is a great theatre, not just for Hull. It's one of the great theatres in the whole nation, the Hull Truck. It's one of the great show boxes for new work and for wonderful modern drama, as well as very traditional stuff and old stuff as well.
No, it's a fantastic theatre.
And it's a wonderful building as well.
Yeah, and they shared the prize with historic Burton Agnes Hall. They took home a gong for best small visitor attraction as well. So it was good news for them also.
Excellent. Well, lots of attractions in Yorkshire. Good.
Lovely story. Have you seen the John Lewis advert?
I have.
So there's a charity in Cleethorpes that have said that they've had more people ringing to help elderly people and to offer their support and, you know, see what they can do to help people at this time of the year.
Very, very high sale of telescopes.
I don't know about that. But yeah, but I think it's lovely, great news. And it's actually good news for them as well, because this is the Friendship at Home charity based in Cleethorpes. They've also received news that they've received a grant worth £495,000, and that will help them support more than 300 elderly people in the area for the next 5 years at least.
Well, that's
so that's
very
great
good
news.
What do you think about the fact that the Christmas advertising is starting in early November, and
The thing
decorations
is-
go up sometimes in early October. I've even seen them in September. It doesn't. If Christmas is any sort of, is a bit of a special treat.
Yeah.
If it goes on for almost a quarter of the year, then it's is
But
that,
do you know
does
what
that
happens
not
there?
dilute it a little
No,
bit?
because I think Christmas flies by. So you might as well just get into the Christmas spirit as soon as possible. Because if you be all like bar humbug about it, by the time you're happy, it's gone.
I'm not being in the least bit bar humbug about it. I just want to be very Christmassy and full
Yes,
of turkey
yes.
and booze on Christmas Day,
Yeah.
surrounded by my family and having a good time. And
Do you not
with
like the Christmas build-up?
I like the Christmas build-up to start on the 24th of December. I don't see any reason why we should have this, what should be a rather fun, cheerful, festive, joyful time should be going on, should just become normal, should just become like any other day or like any other 1 in 4 days of the year.
Oh, I don't know, Hugh. I don't know if people agree with you. You do get a lot of people,
Nobody
don't you,
agrees with me, I know.
on social media and stuff moaning about it and saying, people are starting off too early. But
Am I just moaning? Maybe I'm just moaning,
I like
Eric.
Christmas. I'm excited.
Thanks very much anyway. Time now for the sport.
Grimsby Town returned to league action on Tuesday night following their FA Cup victory at the weekend. Paul Hurst's side travelled to 16th place Barrow. Here's boss Paul Hurst on the current injury situation.
JP's not quite as bad as first feared, struggling to walk on Saturday evening, but it has got much better, but will certainly be unavailable for the next couple of games. Omar's same really in terms of availability. I think we can rule him out of the next couple, and then we'll have to see after that.
Meanwhile, the Mariners have today signed Birmingham City striker Alex Jones on a month's loan to plug the gap left in attack. He's available for Tuesday's game. Elsewhere, according to reports, Arsenal have joined the race to sign Josh Windass, son of Hull City legend Dean Windass. Josh currently plays for Accrington Stanley, where he's scored 8 times so far this season. Liam Watts has told HullFC.com he wants to be a leader for Hull FC in 2016 after pre-season got underway yesterday at the Elite Performance Facility. The 25-year-old prop was one of the team's star performers during the 2015 season, and he hopes he can play an even bigger role in leading the squad in the upcoming Super League campaign. Watts and his teammates began preparations for 2016 this morning, with training resuming at the club's Elite Performance Facility. That's all then from the sports. You can contact us on Twitter or Facebook at Estuary TV or email news@estuary.tv. And that's all from the sport.
That's it for tonight. Just to clarify, that Bollywood evening at the Cleethorpes Memorial Hall is on the evening of Friday the 13th. Not tomorrow, as I may have suggested, not knowing quite what day of the week it is at the moment. If you have a news story, then please visit our Facebook or Twitter pages, email news@estuary.tv or phone 01472 31553. Until tomorrow, good evening.
Estuary TV weather, sponsored by Rix Petroleum, your local family-owned heating oil supplier this winter.
Hello and welcome to Estuary TV's weather. Wednesday will be overcast with outbreaks of rain across eastern parts of the region, remaining breezy though with mild conditions and maximum temperatures of 16 degrees. Thursday will be dry and bright and then becoming windy later on.
Rix, servicing the region's oil boilers this winter from a name you can trust. Get in touch at rix.co.uk or call us on 01482 838383.